This video is specific to processed tofu. This includes fermented, dried, smoked, and deep-fried tofu. Many forms of processed tofu exist due to its variety of ways in which tofu can be processed. Some of these techniques likely originated from the need to preserve the tofu before the days of refrigeration, or to increase its longevity or shelf life. Other production techniques are employed to produce tofu with different flavors and textures, such as burgers and sausages and all sorts of westernized products. Pickled or fermented tofu are dry tofu being allowed to air dry and slowly ferment through aerial bacteria. The dry fermented tofu is then soaked in many different ways, such as salt water, Chinese wine, vinegar, minced chilies, and grain pastes and bean pastes, and many different ways. In Japan, a pickled tofu miso paste is called tofu no misozuke, which is a traditional preserved food. When it comes to dry tofu, there are two common types which are produced in Japan. They are usually dehydrated by being soaked in water prior to consumption. In their dehydrated state, however, it does not need refrigeration. Koya tofu is a freeze-dried cubes or blocks of tofu. It is commonly simmered in dashi, sake, mirin, and flavored with soy sauce. A similar form of dried tofu is found in small pieces in instant miso soup, in which the toppings are freeze-dried and packed in small sachets. Deep-fried tofu in Japan is called atsuage or namaage. This can be made with adding flours onto the tofu or a batter and dropped into a big pot of sunflower frying oil. The thinner variety of these tofu are called aburage, which is a slight different way of making it, but it produces a small pouch where you can stuff in some rice or vegetables, and it's commonly eaten as inari sushi. You can also find smoked tofu, which is denser and normally pre-flavored with soy sauce. When it comes to flavored tofu, there are a whole range, and I cannot possibly cover all of them. Anything from sausages, burgers. The main ingredient is still tofu, but it's seasoned with different herbs, spices, seasonings, sauces, or added vegetables, all sorts of ways. So there you have it. I covered 4 types of processed tofu, which are fermented, dried, smoked, and deep fried. And please comment below for the next food product you want to learn about. See you tomorrow. If you want to learn about tofu in general, the types, how it's made, how it's commonly prepared, and the nutritional content, you can go check out my video on what is tofu and how is it made.